It's 3 o'clock. Do you know where your fly lady is? Well, it's 3:05. Anyway, come on in. We got some stuff to talk about. There's been some amazing things happening today. And that's just in this house. Just in this house. So come on in, everybody. Let me get the chat up. We'll get some people in here. The internet seems kind of wonky today. It's just kind of weird, but hey, God's got this and we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Make sure you go download your Camp Gonna Wanna Fly control journal so you'll have that. And we need to keep some children occupied. So let's get some things done. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah, it is a good afternoon. It's a great afternoon. I left my water in the living room. So come on in. This morning we blessed our home, and if you haven't done that yet, you can find the video and redo it. I've sent it out in an email, and I've also posted it on X. And so let's get some things done. And it feels good when you bless your home. It really does. It feels it's just amazing. It's like giving yourself a present. You look around and everything looks wonderful. I went into my kitchen when the show was over. I got the dishwasher started, and it's just a lot of fun to get things done. Anyway, folks, what are you waiting for? I told you we would discuss the launch pad this afternoon, and a launch pad is just a place where you put everything you're going to need for the next day, and you do it before you go to bed, and you don't wait to the last minute. If you know that tomorrow is Tuesday and the kids have um, soccer practice and all kinds of things like that, they have to have special shoes. Everybody puts their things on the launch pad. We've had people that have taken old dressers, big families with old dressers, and they established a drawer for everybody in the family to put their backpacks, the shoes they need to take with them, their clarinets, whatever it is. They established this drawer, this dresser for the launch pad, and it works out well. I see people refinishing old dressers that they get out of the trash pretty much, or they buy on marketplace for $10, and a nice sanding and a coat of paint, and you could have a showpiece in your entrance that has everything you need to start your day. And that launch pad keeps you from having to rush around in the morning gathering everything up because you've done it the night before. That's the beauty of the launch pad. It starts you out thinking, and you can put an alarm on your phone. You can put an alarm on your phone and start putting things together for the launch pad. And once you establish that habit, it's amazing. You'll do a launch pad if you're in a hotel room. Yeah, or at camp, you'll do a launch pad. You'll get it done. So don't wait. But here's what I want to talk to you about. My friend Donna and I was thinking about Donna last week. It was Ben's birthday last week. And when Ben had been taken from the prison unexpectedly because he was having a lot of pain, he was taken to the hospital, and then he was taken from that hospital to a hospital in Nashville, and I couldn't find him. They wouldn't tell me where he was, nothing, because they didn't want me to come break him out of prison. And I wouldn't have done that. I know better than that. Ben had been in prison for 5 years. I knew not to do something like that. And so this morning, I heard from my friend Donna, because she and I, un, she was the valedictorian in our class, and she was precious. She was a cheerleader, and I just loved her, you know? And she had a mother, and one of the last times we talked on the phone, I said, Donna, have you forgiven your mother? Her mother had problems, mental problems, and she said, yeah. And what I told her was, we have to be thankful for the mothers we had. And she found a quote. Let me see if I can find it for you and read it to you, because it's just a beautiful quote. It's just a beautiful quote. Let me find her. And here's the quote: in order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experience that shaped you. And that's Andrea. I can't pronounce the last name. But we are who we are because of the parents we had. Even if they weren't our parents, our grandparents shaped us. Everybody that has touched our lives shaped us. So she sent me that quote this morning, and I thanked her, because Donna, when Ben was missing, when Ben was, I couldn't find him, and I couldn't find anybody who would tell me at the prison system where he was or what was going on. I heard rumor from one of Ben's good friends who talked to his mother, and I heard rumor that he was in the hospital. That's all I knew. So the head of prisons in Tennessee went to school in Lake County, where I grew up. And Justin's dad was his coach for many years. And Donna went to church with him. Donna went to church with him every Sunday and sat right in front of him. And after church one Sunday, she said, my friend Marla, whose nephew is Ben, Cheryl, can't find Ben in the prison system. He's gotten sick, and we don't know where he is. And she's concerned, and he let Ben call me. He allowed Ben to call me from the hospital, but I was the only one he could call, which was precious. So I thanked her for that. That's where Ben found out that he had stage 4 cancer. And he said, Aunt Marla, I got cancer and it's stage 4. And I said, we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. And so Ben's going to be with the Lord. That was my job. Ben found Jesus in prison. I told my sister Leanne, I said, this may be what turns him to the Lord. You can't be sad about him being sentenced to the big house. He had spent a year in jail in the county we grew up in. So Donna helped to do that, helped to find, helped me to find Ben. And it was so comforting. It was comforting. Once he got back to he was still in bad shape. And when we picked him up, he was in such bad shape. But he got his health. He started chemo. He was almost healed. And then he wasn't. It just went from bad to good to bad again. And he died November 25th of 2000. He had a whole year out of prison. A whole year. Ben's cancer was not colon, it was appendicial cancer. It was in the sac that surrounds the colon. And it's like a jelly that's in there, the way the doctor described it to me, because I went to the doctor with him. And Ben had some issues with his mother because she abandoned him when he was very young, 5 years old. And we talked about forgiveness a lot of times. And I think that she abandoned her children because she knew with her alcoholism that it was not good for the kids to be around. So I think she did it to protect them. I don't know that for certain. I think she always regretted it. But my sister had died the year before Ben got out of prison in 2018. So Ben needed to forgive. We all need to forgive. We have a whole chapter on forgiveness in our book, Body Clutter. And the last time I talked to Ben, because this was all during the lockdowns, the last time I talked to him, I said, Ben, I've done everything I know to do to help you go to heaven. He said, yes, Aunt Marla. I'll see you there. So on the morning he passed away, this is God, y'all. On the morning he passed away, the government put $1,200 into his bank account. That stimulus stuff. And with that $1,200, we were able to secure a resting place for Ben next door to his Uncle Dale, who was in my class when I was in high school. And Julie told him that we had gotten, because that plot had just been given back to the cemetery, and Julie's aunt was in charge of the cemetery. She says, you just won't believe this. It's opened up. It was all God. It's opened up. So we bought it immediately. And within 15 minutes, Julie walked out of the room to get something to eat and to let him rest. And the next time she walked in the room, he was gone. He knew he was going to be placed exactly where he wanted to be placed. So the Bible tells us We have to forgive 7 times 70. That's 490 times. If we have to do it every day to forgive somebody, unforgiveness is a poison pill that we take to kill another person. You know what that does? It ruins us. It's like an evil cancer eating at us every single day. That resentment, that pain of what happened to us as children. And so I'm watching, I just let my YouTube feed kind of flow during the day. I'm listening to it, I'm working, I'm not really watching. And then a movie comes on today Mountain Dew. After Donna sent me that quote this morning, and I need to stop it before it talks. Adam Sandler was an NY. Let me pull up the movie. I think it's Forgiven. Where is the shorts? Where is it? I'll find it. No, it's not a short. It's called Forgiven, and it's the channel is Inspirational Family and Faith Movies. Anyway, it was about a lady who had been raised in an alcoholic home. Mother, father, all of them. Grandmother, they're all alcoholics. And she had to go through the process of forgiveness to get healed. To get healed. We all have to do that. And like I said in the title, the key to finding peace. When we have resentment against the people who raised us, we're given the parents we're supposed to have. God knows the parents we're supposed to have. Yeah, it probably made me stubborn, and I don't really call it stubbornness. I call it tenacity, just to keep doing what you need to do. We can't beat ourselves up because of who our parents were. Whether there's abuse, if you want to hear abuse, hear about overcoming, listen to the Victor Marx story. He's an amazing man who has a ministry of saving children. And he had a rough start to his life. He had a caved in chest, and people made fun of him. He was bullied his whole life. He was abused, but he overcame. And he overcame by forgiveness. The man who abused him, he forgave him on his deathbed. His stepfathers, he forgave him. And when he was grown, his actual father, his biological father, sent him a letter and wanted to see him. And he had become Christian, and he wanted to make sure that Victor found Christ. So watch his story is on YouTube for free. And now he does motivational speaking, and he goes all over the world and saves children from slavery, from child trafficking. So y'all, we have to be thankful. Even if we don't want to be thankful, we have to be thankful. We have to praise God for the parents that we had, and we have to forgive them. Whether you want to or not, it's commanded. It's commanded. So y'all do it. If you have somebody you need to forgive, just start praying about it. I had to do that with my daddy. I started 1 year for Lent, I started praying for him. Started praying for him because Mother had brainwashed us against it. I started praying for him. And Patty calls me up one day and says, Daddy wants to see you. Justin was 9 years old. And I said, well, tell him where I live. And she did. And within an hour, he was at my house. And he had my baby brother with him, who was not even a year old. And Daddy had kidnapped him. And his sister, Daddy's sister, called the sheriff in Texas and told them that he was in Kentucky. And they came and got Clifton. So y'all, forgiveness is the key to your peace. It's like a switch you turn on and off. Turn it on for you. Turn it on for you. We don't have to know why they did things. I heard a quote this morning. I don't know who it was from. I'll have to try to figure out exactly what it was. But you don't have to know everything about something to do it. You just have to do it. Julie wants us to pray for her. She's fostering some kittens. That's a tough job. But she's doing God's work, saving the little critters. Give her strength, Lord. Give her strength. And we pray that all the little kitties pull through and they find good homes. God gets all the glory, y'all. God gets all the glory. So, folks, be good, kind, and sweet. Receive the Lord in your life. Listen to what He has to say for you, but you have to slow down to hear it. Sometimes you don't even know why you do things. You don't even know why, but you've heard that little voice in your head and you've obeyed it. And this is a good thing, to obey that little voice. You need discernment to make sure that little voice is from the Lord, and the Holy Spirit will tell you. But God gets all the glory. Be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself by not taking that poison pill, taking the pill of forgiveness, and you'll never have to take another pill again. Let it go. Just like the Frozen song, let it go, let it go. Because we don't have to stay stuck in that vicious hamster wheel of destroying our own lives with that anger. Anger is nothing but destruction. We need to be slow to anger. We need to be kind to others. We need to be kind to ourselves. And it all works together. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And God will get all the glory. I give Him all the glory for the forgiveness that has happened in my life. So y'all, Take care. I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Be ready. Be ready. Because we're going to talk about menu planning. I know you don't want to do it, but now, right now, it's important to do menu planning. I was watching a cute little video last night of a young man who he picked his daddy up at work, and daddy wanted to go to In-N-Out Burger, and he says to his father, "Dad, I got the best In-N-Out burgers at my house. Come home with me, and I will treat you to the best In-N-Out burger you will ever have." And he made an In-N-Out burger. He made the for the fries and everything, and his dad loved it. So y'all start some cooking at your house. You'll be glad you did, because you can cook better than going to fast food. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Make a smash burger tonight. Yeah, you can make a smash burger. You can make a smash burger. I love you so much. I'm so happy, and I give God all the glory that He gave a purpose to my life and to my sister's life. I mean, she went to school to help y'all. That was her whole purpose in going to school, to get her PhD in Christian counseling. Her whole purpose. God gets all the glory. I'll see you later. Bye.